theme of the conference is on prefabrication and off-site construction. That's something that PCL are heavily invested in, and so grateful for the opportunity to come and talk about where we see the industry going and what it's going to mean to the wood industry. I think we're going to see a significant change over the next 5-10 years. I think we're going to see much more. We're going to rely far more heavily on manufacturing techniques to get our projects delivered. There are projects already in Europe that are seeing significant time and cost and improved quality from using off-site techniques. The North American market has to go there, otherwise we're going to have major European contractors move in and eat our lunch. Essentially, they'll take the work from us. If I look at off-site construction at the moment, it's happening at the two extremes. So maybe 15% of a project is already being prefabricated by a single trade. So maybe the plumber is pre-building some racks, or the electrician's doing panels, millwork, curtain wall, those kind of things. If I move to the other extreme, less than 1% of the overall construction industry uses full modular building as a technique or an approach. What that's really doing is missing 85% in the middle, where there's an opportunity for prefab if we can combine multiple trade scopes, bring them together, get more work done in one place, off-site, but by combining trades rather than trying to let them do their own thing there. So that's the area that we're really focusing on, is how do we bring value, how do we find the opportunities, the chunks of work that exist that we can do off-site when we bring multiple trades together. So that's our approach. With that, I only have one customer, and that's PCL. We're looking just to how do we do that the best for our own projects. It's a risk management tool. How do we mitigate our risk in terms of schedule, mitigate our risk in terms of labor and time. It's all about how do we take that risk away, how do we identify critical path activities, how do we shorten them on site, how do we deliver projects faster and better. It's how we figure out how to deliver a project. So it's from right at the very front. It's a lot easier to do on a design build or a construction management type project where we're involved from the beginning as the design develops. That's where we really identify the opportunities early, and we actually implement a strategy through the pursuit process and then into the execution that uses off-site techniques and maximizes those off-site techniques to give us a competitive advantage in the first place, and then to allow us to execute it effectively. Wood is gaining prominence again as a material of choice for sustainability reasons, a number of different reasons there for it. Code changes. BC now allows 6-story wood buildings. Ontario, as of January 1, allowed 6-story wood buildings. I saw Calgary are now permit applications for 6-story residential buildings. So it's starting to gain some prominence, and there's new products in the wood industry, new to North America. CLT, glulam's been around, but all of those kind of products start to impact how you can build with wood. That's going to expand its use. And once it's there, there's no reason why it can't be doing more off-site work. And I think for the wood industry, it's more around how do I know somebody else is going to come and fasten to my wood or go through my wood. How do I make life easier for them? Because if I make life easier for them, I'm making the whole project more successful. I mentioned Wood Innovation Design Center up in Prince George, and we did use some prefab elements on that. The Philip J. Curry Dinosaur Museum in Grand Prairie, that was another wood structure that we did, and again we actually prefabricated some of the ceiling panels on those on that job too. Again, it's up in Grand Prairie, workforce limited, materials coming from elsewhere. The more we can do ahead of time, bring it in, the faster, less time we need to be actually out on site there. We did the convention center here. There's a lot of wood. It showcases wood. It's a beautiful building here. But looking at it is, what did we panelize? So even this wall behind me is a series of panels. It's taking that and building it block by block would have taken forever. Panelizing it allows us to do it far more effectively, far more efficiently.